calculation there from Hude going in far too deep too early.
And the fact that we're seeing FPX so aggressive in the jungle, in the bottom lane, even in the top lane, Gimgoon is shoving as hard as he can. They really want to make a statement against this. I mean, their set against EDG was only a few days ago. If they continue to play like this, Snake might be out of their depth.
Yeah, that was it's a kind of a weird sequence of events from Hude right there. Now, Shen is a very popular pick. It's one of the main reasons you don't see any range supports in your solo queue anymore. He got buffed massively by the preseason, got 15% attack speed instead of armor, and also the removal of magic defense runes really buffed up his damage quite a bit. So, you know, I think he was just thinking like, I'm playing solo queue, I have my aftershock.
Tiny mistake. Tiny mistake. Well, this mistake on his home stage in front of a crowd that loud and that vocal, he's going to have to get himself back into the zone here, recenter himself, because again, we're talking about Snake as a team having to mature and get past their mistakes and get past the problems that have plagued them for so long. Well, we're 5 minutes into the game now, and FPX, they've set a strong pace. We'll see if they continue to do so or if Snake will be able to slow them down. Here, Bing is just happily farming away. You can see Guo just using, I believe that's Minion Dematerializer there on that Malzahar. That's very efficient clear on him. Yeah, we're seeing this really often on the Malzahar. You can start clearing once your 155-second cooldown is off. You can just kind of balance the wave out. It works really well when you don't have to use your E on a cannon minion and wait for it to slowly die. You can just make it disappear, so that's great for lane. We've been seeing this a lot. In this matchup, typically the Ryze will be able to outpush early, but later on, you know, he's Malzahar, doesn't matter. He can kind of get that lane to equalize. And in the late game, Malzahar is actually considered a good matchup into the Ryze. Take a look at this. Pepper on
just
the
going in on
invade. Yeah, doesn't even care. He's even a level down over SOFM right now, who went for the straight Ranger's trinket, the warding smite, so that he can get some vision, try to keep himself safe from this very bloodthirsty Lee Sin.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Pepper. You know, he's a spicy player. If you look at his Jarvan, he also builds Zhonya's. Yeah, so he's going like full in, like all the, and he always goes Black Cleaver as well. Yeah,
is this a consistent build, or is this like a solo queue? I want to style on these fools because I got extra kills.
Well, he doesn't want to go tank items. Okay, that's basically it. He's like, nah, I'm going full offensive no matter what the situation is. We really haven't seen him gone into the Cinderhawk build yet. He's pretty much Black Cleaver locked in there. And he's just, I might as well go damage, and if someone's going to hit me, I'm just going to, you know, style on them and get Zhonya's.
Well, we've already had one phenomenal Lee Sin play here in the LPL. It's hard to believe we're only 4 days in, and Flawless has already put together a highlight reel that would make other pros jealous. So perhaps Pepper's trying to build one of his own.
So what we should be looking here is that Snake has finally managed to get to level 6. What we should be starting seeing is the Malzahar and the Kha'Zix combo coming in right now. Ryze does not have cleanse, so that would make him a prime target for that.
That was just a teleport into the mid lane from Bing. He does have Unsealed Spellbook. Pepper is soloing Infernal Dragon.
Yep, he's set up vision very well for that.
Very quick.
Yeah, has a pushing bot lane, so I think this is all pre-planned. Very good call for him right now. Just building up the mishaps of Snake in the bot lane.
That will be Pepper taking away that Infernal Dragon. Already the scaling team is starting to pad themselves with some extra stats to make that late game even more potent.
All right, here comes the play. It's the level 6 combo of Snake. We see SOFM moving into the blue. They've also prepped this play here. Let's see if they can get the 2v2 down. Pepper's still a bit away, so might have to take a while to form.
Yeah, Bing is looking to solo his blue buff. Pepper is on the way. SOFM did take Evolve Q for increased isolation damage. He's not going to see this. Smite steals it away. He says, you invade my jungle? No. That's not how this works. This is my house.
Okay, that forces that out. That means that they can have a more pushing pressure in the middle with Guo. He should get his blue buff right now. It's already up. They're probably going to transition over there, and that's going to give the pushing advantage to Snake. I'm really interested in what they're going to do with that. Probably move to the bottom side of the map, see if they can get that Chen thing going.
Yeah, we do see the recall from that bottom lane of LWX and Crisp. Zeal and the upgraded Targons. Face of the mountain he's working towards.
Yep. And
on the other side, there's the Manamune for Crystal, so standard mid-game power troughs from both of these two. That's actually the PF sword as well out of LWX.
Yeah, he's had a
some
good
big damage
time there.
Yeah.
So FPX needs to be careful about the plays they make in the top side of the map right now. They always have to be careful because they have a Shen on the other side of the map. So I think most of the action will be centered around the bot lane after Snake gets the pushing advantage, and FPX, they're going to be worried about that Shen stand united. So both teams are most likely going to be looking for that bot lane for the plays in the next 5 to 6 minutes.
Well, tragically, there's no dragon for them to fight over, as Pepper already declared dominance over that. And it seems as right now, Snake, they're looking for a fight, but they might not be able to find one. FPX, like you said, they're just sitting back. They've got the tier catalyst on Rise for additional scaling. Still no big completed items. Sheen for Gimgoon is going to allow him to get some big Q2s as, Pepper spots Hootie. Flash, kick, and the Sonic Wave. Eats a Shadow Dash. That's another one. Crisp is looking for the stun, trying to get the cooldown on that Dazzle. Hootie already flashed and the Ignite. They are running him down. That's a great stopwatch. Here comes Snake. FPX might have gone too deep. They drop the sunglasses and say, deal with it, Snake, as they chase down their second kill and dive a tier 2. 2 turrets deep. Who's going to juggle the aggro on this one? It's Crisp, and FPX get out.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you have the mid lane push when you're against a Rise. You just Realmort, cut off Malzahar's pathing right there. Also, I think FPX managed to figure out that Kha'Zix was on the top side of the map, so they were very, very aggressive with that play there.
And this has been a big struggle for Snake, making sure that SOFM is in the right place at the right time. And now that he's on that top side of the map, the 4-man invade, that's going to be first brick. Here's that play again.
Yeah, we can see that actually FPX didn't have vision in the side of the map, but they were still willing to go very deep onto the Hootie right there. Not much Hootie could do after the flash went down. Malzahar trying to come in, but Rise is also there as well. Sees the teleport, and Guoguo knows that this fight is over. He needs to back out.
In fact, that's all 5 members. Even Gimgoon shows up as Pepper with the stylish Zanya's kick. I think I've seen that in a highlight reel a few times. Picking up the 3rd kill now for FPX. And this playstyle, this specific game, to me reminds me of the game we saw from FPX against EDG. They took a lot of early kills. They took some pretty early objectives. Now they just need to do what they couldn't against EDG and actually close out. That being said, it's still very early on. 11.5 minutes in, only 1,000 gold up.
Yeah, and this is a very good transition for FPX right now. They have the pushing power advantage over Ezreal with the Tristana in the top lane. So this push makes a lot of this lane swap makes a lot of sense to the top lane. Already setting 3 people there, and you see Flandre. He's already on the run. He knows what's coming.
He doesn't want to take any chances. And LWX with that Tristana happily going to start working on this turret. You can see even Gimgoon pulling away from any potential dive from SOFM in the bottom lane of Snake, but that Ezreal is just so slow compared to the explosive shot of Tristana.
And it doesn't seem like Hootie actually has demolished, so that's another thing going in FPX favor right now. This is a 2-for-1 trade. FPX closes out the top lane tower, also gets the Herald in the same go, so just clean map play all over the place.
Yeah, FPX everywhere. Pepper with an early smite, doesn't even care. Picks himself up the Rift Herald. Oh, and look at that, passing it over to Bing here. Now there is a Malzahar. LWX and Pepper are right there, and Guoguo did step forward, trying to clear that ward away.
Yeah,
the minion wave away.
This does seem like they're posturing for Rise to go into the split push against Flandre, because Flandre didn't come down for the 5-man gank in the bot lane. Flandre actually is quite ahead over the Camille at this point in the game, so they're probably looking for more for Rise to be the split pushing, to have better use of the Herald rather than Gimgoon.
With that unsealed spellbook, perhaps we could see him take a teleport a little bit later on, effectively play a 1-3-1 with his team to be that multi-lane presence. And just happily pushing his wave on out. Everything resets. Still plenty of time on that Rift Herald. A good 3 minutes and about 15 seconds remaining before he has to use it. Yeah, and FPX, they've just taken a very strong early pace with this game.
Exactly. What Snake really need to find are opportunities where they can get Guoguo to use his ultimate. It's really rare in a game to go 13 minutes, and Malzahar hasn't even opened his eyes yet.
His third eye?
Oh, that's where the beam comes out?
I believe it is, yeah. A forehead laser to try to find the kill. Well, we did get a recall out of LWX, allowing Crystal and Hootie to push up in that mid lane. SOFM, he's going to start trying to contest some vision here because it looks like that Mountain Dragon has respawned and Snake have got their eyes on it.
Yeah, but my problem with this right now is Flandre actually doesn't have his Ghost outside of the top lane. He's still holding on his teleport, so when he comes in, if he does come at all, it might not be that easy for him to get the damage he wants into the enemy composition. Now, Snake is definitely looking for a fight around this section of the game. Herald coming in. Let's see if they can hold on to the mid.
No hesitation from FPX. They know they can have 5 people here a bit faster. Actually, recall from Gimgoon, but they just use the Herald anyways. As 4 against the Ezreal, they break down the tier 1. 3 turrets to 2, 200 gold ahead, though they will be trading that top tier 1 over to Flandre for their effort.
Yeah, I actually feel like that Goon probably could have stayed there and just went over to the Mountain Drake and got a 2-for-1 again in that scenario, but they're playing it a bit more safe. They know Snake is definitely looking for that fight. Don't want to rush things too hard.
Just trying to be nice and slow. Snake are going to be working on this, Mountain Dragon. Pepper's over the wall. He's got a ward in the pit. He doesn't have Smite. Sonic Wave onto nhây and doesn't take it. Can't follow up.
It's typically okay to trade the Mountain Drake to the losing side. Usually when losing teams get the Mountain Drake, it doesn't really improve their win rates much. Shout out to Oracle's Elixir for figuring that out, which is a really good stat point we throw in a lot of the times. If you're the losing team, a lot of times you don't have that much control over the neutral objectives, towers, barons, it's harder to get to. So sometimes, you know, trading a tower for a Mountain Drake, it's still in favor. Everything's still cool for FPX.
It's kind of hard to do bonus damage to turrets when you're defending in your base the whole time. Is effectively how that breaks down. But 15 minutes in, Snake, they're not in their base just yet. We're 3 turrets to 2, as I just mentioned a few moments ago. And now we're seeing some objective trades happening back and forth. FPX, they're just looking for their next opportunity. Still rocking that unsealed spellbook on Ryze in the bottom lane. He's split pushing against Flandre. Gimgoon holding onto his own teleport, but no big neutral objectives until Baron spawns in the next 4 minutes, and then another Infernal Dragon a few minutes after.
Yep, pretty much. And Snake, they're going to have to look for a fight somewhere. FPX is playing this out really smart. They're going to the 1-3-1, spreading the map out. They're denying the chance for that big 5v5 where the Flandre can make most of his presence felt. Just splitting them up. I kind of feel like Snake might have to go for like a submarine play in the bot lane and try to take Wogo out that way so they can have like a 3-man Flandre. Flandre is actually getting kicked by Pepper here. Goes really, really low.
Just a bit of trading as he's down to about half health. And Frost Queen's claims to escape still holds on to his flash. Just some light skirmishing. They're pushing each other's buttons, trying to see who will panic first.
I feel like FPX has the same thought pattern I did. They're like, okay, they're probably going to try for this Ryze right here, so let's just move Pepper there in the top lane with him and kick Flandre out of that lane.
Ooh, Bing and Pepper are actually getting the wave all the way up to the turret. No Hemoplague from Flandre makes it a lot more difficult to clear. Meanwhile, Guoguo, he's pushing on the other side of the map while mid is going even, and FPX, they're trying to rush down this turret before their own tier 2 goes down, True Shot Barrage, but it is matched, 1-for-1.
Yep, and, it's actually fine for Camille, I feel. Like, I don't think the Vladimir is going to come to this lane anytime with a split push. That was purely because they had numbers advantage there. So in terms of like map pressure, I feel like it's actually still okay for FPX right there. Because Ryze can go into that top side of the map, but I don't think Vladimir can do the same thing on the other side of the map. So in terms of like where they can go, where they can allocate their resources or their people on the map, FPX is actually just okay with that.
Yeah, keeping it nice and spread out. As LWX, he's just farming happily in the mid lane. You can see it's even CS between those two AD carries, even Targons for the bottom on those supports. And as is expected, Vladimir taking a slight CS lead for Flandre. SOFM doing SOFM things, getting a slight CS lead over Pepper. But still, it's a very even game. Looking towards those items, Triforce for Camille. I mean, she is going to hit like a truck now. Abyssal Mask for Bing is going to allow him to survive a little bit more of the damage out of Guoguo. I actually like that. So do the Rod of Ages.
Yeah, pretty much. For Camille right now, we don't actually see her go full split push in a lot of the matchups. What I think she's really good at is that she can push the wave in, be a good duelist, and when she comes back with the four-man, she's the best top laner to get a pick in that scenario. She can just prop down the Hextech ultimatum, catch a carry out. Right now, if you're going to run a Kalista composition, almost all teams have to ban Camille. The second Q proc will basically put her to
one
like,
shot. Yeah,
put very
her
close to one shot.
Exactly. SOFM going to leap away from Pepper and Gimgoon. Alrighty, so we're at the 19-minute mark. Traditionally, this has been Snake's most difficult part of the entire game. In the LPL 2017 summer split, well, I guess that's one way to do it. We have learned their lesson here as Guoguo in the mid lane. He's been holding on to that Malzahar ultimate. He's got Flash. He's got Ghost. He's going to be with his team and ready. You can see he's hanging very close to that mid lane bottom with Flandre. But 20 seconds till Baron. 80 until that Infernal Dragon is back up. Snake, looks like they're getting ready for the next big objective. Will FPX be prepared?
We can see right here is that FPX, they're very comfortable in sitting back and just waiting for the late game to come into them. Tristana, one of the best scaling AD carries you can get, also very good in this meta. For Snake, the question is really how do you get to that backline damage?
Oh, SOFM
coming in.
Sneaks up onto Bing, who just casually turns and walks it off, taking barely any damage. Luckily, that minion wave coming in just in time to prevent isolation.
Yeah, that was actually kind of peculiar because Shen definitely had a play there. If Shen came in with Kha'Zix, yeah, they probably could have killed him. They were probably worried about that. He was just going to Zhonya's out of that situation and give up a lot of Baron pressure. So Shen not coming down them, not risking that that strong play over there.
That's a very good point. Bing taking the full defensive build. Abyssal Mask and Zhonya's with that tier still stacking up. Now Infinity Edge has been finished for LWX as he leaps over the wall and the great kick onto Hootie.
One more
and
shot.
There goes the jump. They catch it up and chase down the kills as 5. They dive forward. LWX flashes the wall to safety. They're not able to pick up another kill, but still a great pick from FPX.
Yeah, and I felt LWX played that really well, went in for the full damage, and it's not over yet. Gimgoon's still going on
There's
Flandre.
a good hemo play. Flandre's trying to heal up the Zhonya's. He's able to get the Tides of Blood. He flashes back, but he's caught up by the Rune Prison. Pepper is burning and shields himself. Another kill for FPX. SOFM, ooh, he's playing a dangerous game. Sneaks forward. He's looking for the assassination and finds it. And he sneaks away in his house. That's going to be the stand united from Hootie to try to get him out safely. Who succeeds?
Yep, and they actually have a good opportunity here to push into the Baron Pit and take over Vision in that side of the map. They're instead going for the Infernal Drake right now. Pepper just died, so should be a free Inferno for them.
And you can see FPX giving it up. They don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
SOFM, he's already shown, hey, he's kind of crazy. Maybe he'll sneak into your backline for one single kill and then flash away. Maybe he won't. Who knows?
Yep, FPX taking out the support first, but also losing their jungler in the process. So Snake actually has control of the map, even though they lost the main engage right there.
And now Snake get the opportunity to reset. They end up trading 2 for 1 and end up taking the Infernal Dragon off the back of it. And take a look at this. Another Mountain Dragon. We're just oscillating back and forth between the two. And now at the 22-minute mark, we get to see some vision cleared from FPX around that Baron. SOFM is still there with Guoguo, so no sneaky plays out of FPX to sneak that.
This is a great game for LWX to put his DPM numbers higher. There's basically no tanks on the enemy team right now. He doesn't really need armor penetration at all. He just go straight triple crit items, probably finish out with a Bloodthirster, get an even thicker shield on himself. So the question really comes down to like, how is Snake going to punish that? They can probably try now that Tristana doesn't have her flash.
Oh, looks like we're seeing a pick onto Guoguo, and wow, the follow-up from FPX. They baited at the Baron, and it was Guoguo who fell prey.
Yeah, it's a very easy play right there. Bing just probably used his Realm Warp to cut the enemy team from behind. They also have the Camille. who has a very long-range stun.
And now FPX turning onto the Baron. They are doing a lot of damage really quickly. SOFM has got his smite, but he's got no way out. True Shot Barrage, 2,000 health. He stealths, leaps in. It's not stolen. It's Rise who gets it. SOFM pinned against the wall, goes down. They get another kill onto Flandre, and FPX have just broken this game wide open.
I just love this Tarek pick against Snake. Like we said again, Snake is not really a kiting team. When they play a team fight, they go all in and they never really stop. So when you have that Tarek pick there, you call the ultimate down, and you can see their team basically did not take any damage.
Just like that. FPX 8-1, almost in the same position as they were against DDG a few days ago, but let's see that play again. SOFM with the attempted steal. Flandre, he heals so much, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, didn't really get much damage down, so his healing was negated by that, and just couldn't survive the burst damage coming in back from FPX.
Yeah, and now FPX back on the map. They've got Gimgoon with Teleport. Bing with the Unsealed Spellbook currently has his Ghost on cooldown. It's not quite able to change it out just yet, so it will be a 4-1 if they decide to go for it. Unless I could be wrong and he decides to split push anyways. Classic FPX.
And this is just a pretty easy move for FPX right now. They really have the tower pushing advantage with just how much range they have on their carries, and also they could do a lot of cheesy things with Rise as well. Teleport minions from this lane to another lane. That's also something that they could try.
Oof, look at that damage. The rapid fire cannon, static shiv, infinity edge proc, clearing the entire back wave with a single auto attack by LWX. The siege has only just begun. And now FPX, they bring 5 members up into the lane, and with a massive shield on him, LWX, tanking aggro the whole time, is able to break down this mid-tier 2. Now SOFM, he's fighting for vision on the side, but the turret has already been broken.
Yep, and if we look at the levels here, they're actually even, so there's not going to be much pushing advantage given to FPX, but with their range, they can just now move lane to lane. I feel like the problem so far for Snake is that they really haven't been able to get Flandre into that good team fight where they want. All of the first moves have been taken by FPX, and they've basically denied the 5v5 team fight from Snake this entire time.
Without the ability to find that team fight, Snake find themselves floundering, struggling to get a grip onto FPX.
Yeah, they're keeping pretty close in the gold lead, but you can tell all of that money is located on Flandre. So if he doesn't have a good game right here, if he doesn't have like a good fight here, it's going to be very difficult for them to even out.
Now FPX, ooh, looks like they found a fight. It's a melee at the red buff. Good kick, as that's going to be the support dead. Crisp is gone. Meanwhile, that's another 2 kills as Flandre and Hootie goes down. LWX flashes forward. The great Rune Prison. His team has got his back. He chases them down. SOFM again with the crazy assassination. Does not get the kill. A triple for LWX and the ace for FPX.
Wow, they did that without the Cosmic Radiance even coming down. Snake found a good pick right there, but FPX were able to turn on it extremely fast and just take out Flandre in an instant.
They're shoving down mid right now. There's a lot of time on those death timers. Another 3 seconds for Hootie, but 15 for the Ezreal, 20 for SOFM, and the wave is about to crash. FPX could be trying to end here and now.
Yep, let's see if they can manage to do it. They're taking down the towers extremely fast, but Gwoko is coming back. I do think they will back out.
Yeah, just taking it safe. They've broken the inhib. They've broken one of those Nexus turrets, and they don't want to take any chances. Again, Snake is still an excellent team-fighting team. If they get that 5v5, that thing they've been looking for this whole game, it could mean trouble for FPX. So they decide not even to risk it for the biscuit and just head back home.
Yep, I'd really like to see that fight again. We did see the first, I think, probably the third Malzahar ultimate right there. Another skip in our video. But
yeah, SOFM leaping away from that as he tries to face check. Looks like Bing is starting to get wise to the sneaky plays of SOFM. Just trying to leap in, try to get some wards, but Bing says, no, you may not have vision here. This is now my river. I know it's your house, but I claim this as my own.
Yep.
And there's nothing that they can do as FPX turn towards this Mountain Dragon, their second of the game, easily breaking it down. GA on LWX. He's already been leaping forwards with huge plays on this Tristana. Now he's got even more incentive to do so.
Right, and I think most of the play is just going to come down to SOFM. If he can get into that backline right now, try to bring Shen on him, see if they can get a chain CC down on that Tristana. They're not going to win any team fight if they cannot pick out LWX as their first target pretty much at this point. He's too fed. Kim-Kun just going straight in on
Look
the
at
turret.
that, no hesitation. LWX doesn't even care. There's a Shen right there, and he does not blink. Shoving
going
into
in.
the turret. They're looking for SOFM. They have found him and killed him. Cosmic Radiance is going to soak just a bit of that damage as Gorgo finally opens his third eye. Good shadow dash, but it's not enough. Crystal tries to follow it up. Pepper drops down into the GA as Flandre goes forward. A great Realm Warp resets the fight for FPX, but like you said, Flandre is doing work, chasing it down. Tides of Blood for another, and Crystal on the chase finds a second kill. True Shot Barrage misses.
Wow, they took so much damage on the right side from Flandre and Crystal right there. None of them are really touched in that fight, while the other members were going in on SOFM right there. We could see that the Malzahar, the E was like basically making everyone sick and dropping their HPs pretty low on the left side. And when they came in on the right side, they probably, I think probably Hoodia did actually land his taunt. That's why LWX got his HP bar so low. Wish we could see the replay just again right there.
It is. That's SOFM. What a great kick from Pepper.
Almost dies instantly. Malzahar does get some damage. Oh, so it was Malzahar that got the ultimate down on LWX, putting him down very far to half. He does get taunted right there. Chinese characters popping up right on top of his head. And also takes a Vladimir ultimate at the same time.
And with LWX gone, FPX's chances of winning the fight become a lot more difficult. It's an easy chase up for Crystal to flash Arcane Shift for the final kill and inches away from getting a third. But that's that team fight we've been talking about. This entire game, Snake have been looking for it time and again, and it wasn't them who found it. It was FPX who made the mistake of grouping up under that Vladimir Hemoblade.
Yeah, they didn't really have vision of the other side of the gate, and they took a lot of damage, unnecessary damage from Malzahar right there. To be honest, I feel like they could have straight pushed, and that inhibitor tower was definitely going to go down. But let's look at the Baron fight here, right? Here. And what Guoguo can do is actually teleport his team straight into Snake if he does want to go for that option, or he can try to just kite it out. They're probably just going to go for the Baron.
Looking for the steal, does not get it. The fight breaks out. Flandre in the front line. He's so low. That's a quick pull as SOFM is dead. Another as Kim-Kun is traded, but Flandre is going one man against the world. He's on the side, zoning away as best he can. Heals 700 health. The flash, the snare is not going to proc another pull as he drops down. A great Tides of Blood onto Chris, but LWX is firing away into the back. Kujier on this side. It is all about the health, all about the regeneration. They get another one. Realm Warp does not activate, and Crisp and LWX are running for their lives. Snake again find the team fight.
Wow, that was beautiful from Flandre right there. He dodged so many skill shots. He dodged the stun from Bing, and then again from the Taric, went out in the pool and just got so much damage off. And at the same time,
listen to the crowd cheering Snake on in their home arena, their first inaugural game. And now they're finding their way back into this game. Let's take a look at that fight once again.
That was a beautiful the start. They took down the Baron. FPX not really taking much damage. You can see the Cosmic Radiance coming down. Snake have to back out of this fight. And let's just watch Flandre kite out all that damage. Healing for 300 or 400 damage right now, dodges all of the stunts, goes back in, and you can see Bing is caught in a really bad position where Crystal can freely fire on the backside with Flandre and Hoodia in the front.
What a save. Dashing in and getting that Spirit's Refuge right as the Zanya's wears off. A huge play to keep Flandre and his carries alive, but 32 minutes in, and FPX, they're still up. They've already broken the inhib, which has now respawned. They've even broken a Nexus turret, but they cannot seal the deal here. The same thing that happened against EDG just a few days ago.
Yeah, they even got SOFM I think they got SOFM at the start of the fight. Still wasn't able to close anything down right there. So props to Snake's frontline, really playing that very well. They used the stasis, the untargetable, and gave Crystal so much time to dish out damage.
Flandre stepping forward once again. LWX, the only member with that Baron buff. And look at SOFM. He is playing a stealth mission, but he's losing his inhibitor in the meanwhile. Slowly but surely, FPX are getting closer and closer to breaking it down. They catch the next minion wave, escort it in, drop a control ward to make sure they're safe.
Yep. And nothing can actually see the Kha'Zix coming in if he uses his ultimate. Not even the Lee Sin E can detect him. So that's what SOFM is looking for here right now. He's looking for a submarine plane onto the back line of LWX. It's worthy to note that LWX still has his flash up, so that's going to be a huge point of contention.
Still just playing it so patiently. A recall from Flandre to top himself up. True Shot Barrage to get some chip damage. And the Baron buff still ticking away for LWX. He walks in, working on that inhibitor, finally breaks it down, and FPX have gotten what they came for. Now, Cloud Dragon's up in 10 seconds. Not quite the best final Drake, but when you're tied 2-2, the third one could be it. Yeah, that could be SOFM. Decides to let it go.
Uses the Frost Queen's claim to try to catch some people out. FPX back out in Union, and they don't even have to use the Realm Warp.
They turn towards this Cloud Dragon, the final elemental of this game. Elder Dragon is up next in just 6 minutes. And now that the inhibitor has been broken down, FPX have got a lot to play with.
Yeah, they just I feel like they need to chill, take things a bit more slowly. They tried to finish out the members whenever they got SOFM first, and that was kind of what led to their downfall in these two team fights. They just need to take it slow and know that they can work from front to back. They have the better damage dealers on their team in LWX, and if the enemy team is all stasised up or untargetable, you can just back out, like deny that damage from Crystal, and then come back in again once those targets become available.
SOFM, man, you are crazy. Sneaking into the jungle, denying the recall from Bing on top of a ward.
I will say that both of these teams, when they lost to EDG, it has been down to misplays on Rise. So the game that Snake did lose to EDG, they were up 12K. They wanted to Realm Warp back, only Realm Warp 3 members, and that was a bit of an awkward moment.
Yeah.
And for FPX as well, Bing got caught out in the late game. So that's going to be some things that both of these teams need to take care of, and I really hope that this thriller is not going to end with something like that.
Not a repeat of the same mistake. I mean, Bing's been doing pretty good so far. He's 4-1-6. You can see he's still sticking with that Ghost for extra mobility around these team fights, extra positioning. And his Realm Warps in the fight have been pretty fantastic, even when they were caught out using the Realm Warp to get LWX to safety as the GA respawned him was exceptionally clever. But cleverness does not win the game. They have to get to the Nexus, which means they have to get through Snake. And if Snake keep taking these 5v5s, I just don't know if that's going to happen.
I think their best option really is to siege. There's no way that Vladimir can get into the back line unless he uses something crazy like a teleport or goes a really long route around. We can see SOFM on the flanks right now, but he can only take Shen into the fight. He actually gets spotted.
The flash kick, the Sonic Wave. So many ultimates burned, but they get it. It's 4 versus 5 for 45 seconds.
Yeah, I think SOFM realized a little too late. He popped his Scryers and looked, oh, there's 2 wards here. I'm dead.
Oh, bit of a mistake, but that's another inhibitor turret broken. 5 versus 4. Snake won a fight just like this at the Baron Pit a few minutes ago to keep themselves in the game. But now they don't have someone threatening with the flanks. Now they have super minions pushing into their base. And LWX is hungry for that inhibitor.
Yeah, FPX should try to get this inhibitor and just move to Baron. That would be their best play, and they're going to get it right now.
Ooh, flash snare. They're going to try to look to end the game here. A great dive from Gimgoon as he leaps in. They assassinate Guogo, and Flandre goes in. A Realm Warp gets themselves under the Nexus turret, the final one, as Bing might have gone a bit too far with the minion wave there. He can't land the overload. He can't get the damage. His team is winning the fight on the far side, and that's going to be Bing dying to Crystal. SOFM has respawned. It's 4 versus 4, and still FPX are pushing. Gimgoon with no health is going to go in. He gets the assassination. They've killed Flandre. LWX leaps in. Spirit's Refuge tries to stall it out, but LWX is going huge with these kills. He's going to be able to clean it up, turning towards the final Nexus itself. And FPX close out game number 1 in Snake's home arena.
That was a really tense